Hey guys, what's going on? KyleHuntFitness. This episode, we're going to talk about what are my top 5 strength training books that you guys all need to read. We're going to start out with the most basic and get to the most advanced. Then I'm going to throw in one bonus book that I think might be beneficial as well. So a total of 6, but my top 5. Let's start. Strength Training Anatomy. Now this is a really basic book, but the reason I like it, and obviously if you've gone through an exercise science degree, this really doesn't have a whole lot of value to you because you've already taken anatomy classes, physiology classes, kinesiology classes, biomechanics, you get the point. But for you guys who are maybe just personal trainers or haven't gone through a bachelor's degree or master's degree in exercise science or physiology or related field, this is perfect because this is all the anatomy you'll ever need in reference to strength training. Because basically, this book has amazing pictures. Like, look at some of these pictures. I mean, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but they're detailed drawings. It goes through, it breaks the whole body down into muscle groups. So, for instance, the first one will be arms. Chapter 1's all on arms. And awesome details, breaks down every muscle, tendon, ligament, a bunch of different stuff. And then it shows you a bunch of exercises on how to target each body part. So for a beginner or someone who's doesn't have a lot of the science background, this book is excellent. Actually, one of my exercise science classes, this was a required, not a required text, but a supplemental text. I already had it, but just shows you the importance, even within the field, that this book has. Can't say enough about it. I mean, like I said, if you already have the science background, this might not be a huge benefit to you, but if you don't, highly recommend this book. Strength Training Anatomy. Awesome. Starting Strength. Mark Rippetoe. This book, I wish I had this book when I first started weightlifting. Because it tells you, it teaches you the basics. I mean, it's the best barbell learning book there is. Even if you're an advanced training, I still recommend getting this. It's basic information, but it really nails home some very important points. Basically just teaches you the barbell lifts. Mark Rippetoe, he's a no-nonsense type of guy. You can read some of his articles on T-Nation. He's a no-bullshit type of guy. He's all about barbell lifts and getting stronger. The benefit here is you can read this book, you're going to learn how to squat, you're going to learn how to power clean, learn how to overhead press, learn how to deadlift, learn how to bench, everything that you need to do with a barbell. And then it's going to outline a few different programs for you to follow. Basic programs. This are just 5x5 programs that are great because what they do is they program in a progression to get stronger. And you guys know progressive overload is the key to getting stronger and the key to muscle growth. So a lot of you guys, when you first start out, you're not focusing on the barbell lifts, which you should be. You shouldn't even worry about accessory movements. Stay away from machines. Stay away from concentration curls. Focus on the big lifts. I mean, even if you're an advanced trainer, you should be focused on the big lifts. But, I mean, if you're just starting out, don't even do the accessory movements. Focus on the big lifts and focus on getting stronger and lifting more weight each week. That's what this book is all about. And it's going to teach you how to do it. Awesome diagrams, awesome explanations, and learning how to do the barbell lifts. Like I said, I wish I had this when I was first starting out. Awesome book. Mark Rippetoe, Starting Strength. Jim Wendler's 531. Now, this is the second edition, but really, this is just meaning any one of his 531 books. So it's the first edition, second edition, 531 Powerlifting, 531 and Beyond, which is the new one I just read. I have that on my iPad. But this one's just second edition. I love Jim Wendler. You guys, I've talked about it in the past, but he just has a no-nonsense approach. This book is an easy read. When I first got it, I mean, it's like 130 pages. I read it in a night. I just sat down and read the whole thing. I really love reading his work. It's basic stuff. It's good programming, basic programming. Again, focus on the main lifts, getting stronger each week. You guys all know about the 531 program. But the problem I see with it is a lot of people read an article on 531 or read someone's interpretation of 531 or just think up in their head what fucking bullshit they think 531 is and then say they're following 531. Or they read an article or one of their buddies tells them about 531 and then they morph it into what they're doing and smack combine it with some other shit that they're already doing, and combine it with what they've read on T Nation, and combine it with what this coach says, and then say, oh yeah, I'm doing 5-3-1. No, you're not doing 5-3-1. You're doing 5-3-1 and whatever other bullshit you came up with. That's why I recommend reading the book. Read the book, follow what Wendler says, and then you'll get results. Don't smack some other bullshit on it and then wonder why it doesn't work. It's because you're not doing 5-3-1. And if you haven't read the book, chances are you're probably not following 5-3-1 to a T. So, highly, highly recommend the book. Even if you don't even want to follow 5-3-1 programming. You just want to entertaining read and learn about not being a little bitch. Read this book. I promise you it'll be worth the money. I mean, even for me, I don't even necessarily follow 5-3-1 programming. I have in the past, and I like it, but I still, if he came out with another book tomorrow, I'd buy it and read it because I think there's benefit to it. So, highly recommend it. 5-3-1. Kelly Starrett, Supple Leopard. Now this book, it's fourth in the list here because I think the other ones are more important to learn, to get a grasp of. But, I mean, you guys have all heard of Kelly Starrett, Mobility Wad, probably seen some of his videos. Basically, the book is excellent on everything mobility. I mean, it goes into a lot of detail, and I feel like this is a book, it's more of a reference than anything. It's like a textbook, but it's easier to read than a typical textbook. But it's something that I feel like every coach, every athlete, anybody in this game, in this fitness industry, in this weight training game should have this book and reference it. It's not something you have to buy and sit down and read in one night or sit down and read in a week or race through it. You shouldn't race through it. You should just get it, read a section, maybe put it on the shelf. Read a section, put it on the shelf. Follow the stuff. If you have an issue, reference back to it. Highly recommend it. Becoming a Supple Leopard. Kelly Starrett. Dr. Kelly Starrett. Super Training. You've probably all heard of this book. The epic fucking tome that it is. I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't read through this whole book. I haven't even probably read half of it. I've skimmed through it. It's a bitch. It is a bitch to read. I put this fifth on my top 5 books. It's the best book. Not probably, it is. It's the best book on strength training there is. It's everything you need to know with strength training. Any way your body can adapt to strength training, it's in this book. However, if you don't have a bachelor's degree in exercise science or greater, or you're really, really intelligent in this stuff, I don't even recommend buying it because you'll never make it through it. I mean, the shit is intense, and but it's great information. I mean, you'd probably learn more just sitting down and reading this book, taking the next 3 years and reading it 5 times than reading anything else there is written on strength training. This book right here by Mel Stiff. It's the shit. I mean, this book is there's a reason it's highly regarded. Almost any high-level strength training article or book out references this book. It's the best book out there. But like I said, it's not an easy read. But I don't want to discourage you guys from buying it or going out and getting it because I think it's beneficial. But just don't expect to sit down and read it. I mean, it's a mouthful. All right, one last. That's my top 5 books. Those are all the books I recommend getting. However, the bonus book is the first book I ever got when I first got into bodybuilding, first got into lifting. It helped me out a lot. Didn't really get a lot of a lot of good information, a lot of practical information, but not a lot of quality information. Here it is. Arnold Schwarzenegger's Encyclopedia of Modern Bodybuilding. Look at this shit. It's like 800 pages. Yeah, 800 pages. Like I said, not the best scientific information out there. However, I learned a lot from it when I first started out. This is when I was in high school. I read it, looked at the pictures. A lot of old-time bodybuilders in here. Great for motivation. It's a good starting point. A lot of the training programs in here are ridiculously high volume. Nutrition info is kind of shitty. But that's all besides the point. It's really good motivation. There's a lot of old-time bodybuilders in here. A lot of old-school stuff that's still applicable. I just wanted to show you guys, this is the first bodybuilding or strength training book I ever got. And I used to love this thing. Fucking loved it. It's my favorite book of all time at one point in my life. So that's it, guys. Those are my top 5 training books that you guys should all read, plus this one. So, if you guys want me to do any more, I mean, look behind me, I have a ton of more books. It was hard to limit it down to these 5. If you kind of like this, if you want me to do a top 5 business book, or a top 5, entertaining books, or whatever, or more training books, or whatever, even to do book reviews, when I read a new book, to review it. If you guys like that, let me know in the comments. Until next time, peace.